Everybody okay in the back? All right, Coach, whenever you're ready.
Very good football game out there today. Again, I thought our kids competed hard. Come up one play short. Had opportunities throughout the game. As we know, they were a good football team, but I thought we played really well in stretches, and then not well. We just got to, offensively, thought we moved the ball very well, come out very well. Wish we could have got points on that last drive down there where we were at the 30 there, and I can't tell. He said he went to step around. He said he tripped on somebody, and Connor did, and get some points there. It was a drive. We missed a 3rd and 1, which was critical. We missed a block. Didn't miss it. Just whiffed him. That was what man up. Because we were moving the football so well there at that time. Thought we could get down and get points. Defensively, at that time, they got the running game going early and ran. Man, they ended up running for a bunch of yards, and we didn't get the run stopped most of the night. And all that too. Quarterback scrambles in some critical situations. We got to do a better job in the pocket of getting those guys down, getting off the field on 3rd and long. And then we had, I think, 2 or 3 in one drive, 3 penalties in one drive that they converted there in the second half. We had them backed up on the 5 and had them stop and got a scramble, and then had 2 interferences and I think it was a face mask on that, and they got points and got in the groove. And then we got back and got the ball and scored again, and we couldn't get to stop. They went down, and then we moved back, and it was just when we just couldn't. Like I say, we got to play better complementary to each other. Thought some guys in the game. McKinley looked like he played a really good game, did some really good things inside. Devon, again, played an outstanding football game, throwing and catching it. Thought Connor was, first started to go out there and do what he did. I thought he was outstanding in the game. Showed a lot of poise, a lot of composure about what he did, how he did it. Made throws, gave us a chance to win the game at the end. I mean, you can't. The guy's got heart, toughness, charisma. He's got it all. And like I said, I thought some of our receivers really made some nice plays in the game. And what we did, we gave up. We got to protect them. Look, took some shots at the end when they lay their ears back. They got some good rush guys when they have to and can get there. And just didn't make the play. Had one more play we needed to make, and had a shot with a minute to go, and couldn't get it done with some pressure and things they did. So just got to get better, find a way, and move on to the next game. Questions?
To the left, Sam.
Jimbo, before the last offensive possession, it looked like Connor was talking to somebody, maybe the trainers, and you called him over. Was he getting evaluated for an injury or what?
No, they were talking to him to make sure he was okay when he got hit. And Lou looked at and said he's okay. I yelled at him, and then I yelled back at Lou. I said, Connor, because I didn't know who he was talking to. And I said, Connor, and I said, Lou, is he okay? He said, yeah, I finished. I've already talked to him. He's good.
Okay, so you weren't concerned that he had any kind of injury at that
point?
No,
I didn't say. I just asked Lou. That's not for me to. He talked to Lou and did that. And I yelled at him, and he turned and to come over. And then Lou was talking to him, and I said, Lou, is he okay? He said, yes, sir. I just finished talking to him, and he was good. So I checked with him. If he was talking to the trainer, I always check with him first.
And then
he come back, and, heck, he led us to a touchdown drive.
No, I meant before the last possession, like the 44 seconds left. That was I guess that – yeah, it was after the
– Yeah, and we scored that. Then we scored the drive. I asked Lou. I said, I yelled. I didn't know he was talking to Lou, and I said, Lou. And then I said, is he okay? And he said, you done? He said, yes, sir, I'm done.
Okay. And then what consideration did you give to an onside kick at the end?
Well, I would have, but I knew they were going to be up. We didn't want to kick it out of the end zone. We wanted to pin them back. We had 3 timeouts. Instead of giving that up, we felt, I thought the odds of trying to kick them back and put pressure on them and try to make them make a throw or a run, which we did. We got to stop. And then having 3 timeouts, Shane, if we'd had 2 timeouts, I would have definitely onside kicked. But having 3 and knowing they would play the onside, we were trying to hit that thing down about the 5-10 yard line. And then try to get a cover down there really low and short because we only needed a field goal. Called the 3 times. I thought the odds of trying to get a stop in 3 timeouts, that would be better than trying to get them at midfield. Because if we got them at midfield and used them and punted it, we ended up getting it where we got it. But, we didn't catch the punt. That was another thing that we needed to catch that punt. Even if we didn't return it, we needed to get because it got about a 15, 20-yard row, I think, something like that, and what we did.
Front left, Zach.
Jimbo, with their run game, obviously they've got some talented backs, but what was their offensive line doing so well up front?
I can't answer that yet till I see the film. It was this inside zone stuff, a little tackle trap. It looked like speed of the game and the fits. We said we made some adjustments. Early we went 3 down, and they went through it. Then 4 down. Then we had a really good for, I guess, till the second half. The rest of after that first half, the first drive or so, first quarter, half a quarter, the next quarter and a half, we did really good the rest of the first half. Very, very solid. And then second half, I have to make the adjustment. We talked about that, the first half adjustments at halftime, and then I have to see the second half. I have to see the film. I can't answer that.
Front right, Travis.
first two drives of the game, y'all went pretty quick at times, and then, of course, at the end, you needed to go 2 minute. Did you consider going
We were going
tempo
quick the whole
throughout?
game. We were tempoing and calling, getting things out. Okay, they made us check a couple times because of blitzes, but we had a high tempo the whole game.
Do you feel like Connor works better in tempo or a young
No, I
quarterback?
mean, when you get in a rhythm and your plays are going and your whole offense gets in rhythm. And that's the way you want to call it. When you get first downs and you get completions, you can get into that. I mean, that's our whole goal to do all the time.
Second row left, Olin.
We didn't change anything. That was just our base way we want to do things.
Yeah, Jimbo, look, understand game's just over. You haven't have a chance to evaluate. It's going to take a while, but the run defense has been an issue for quite a while. So what has been the problem?
Well, last week it was pretty good, except for drives. I have to look. Sometimes it's a fit of a backer. Sometimes it's a fit of a safety. Sometimes it's a defensive lineman get out of a gap. I mean, it's usually one of those three things. Sometimes one game, I remember a couple games ago, our backers, we did not fit right. Even though they made tackles, we weren't fitting the runs the right way. And then a couple times we've gotten linemen, stick the nose and honey, got in two gaps in the same gap, or sometimes the safety. Your safeties play a big part of that too, and how you bounce things to them or how you fit inside in the run game. And sometimes it's been that. So we just got to do a better job and evaluate it.
Are there things DJ could have done, adjustments? That
Well,
could
I
have
don't know.
made
We'll
to
say.
that?
Yes, DJ. Listen, DJ's a really good football coach, and he knows it. We'll get it right.
To the back. On the right, Justin.
Jimbo, looked like Connor was pretty comfortable in the Reed game, getting the ball out of his hands pretty quick. What do you think of his decision?
Really good. We RPO'd a lot. We had a lot of RPOs, a lot of throws, a lot of runs. His decisions. He did a good job in protection on the mic calls and getting the ball out to where he did. I mean, red zone, third down. I thought he did a really nice job. He has a great feel for the game, and I said he's very instinctive. And now he's had enough at bats and practice and things. He feels really comfortable in the offense, and I think he's going to do a really good job.
And did you change your play calling at all with Connor behind center tonight, or is it all the same?
No, I mean, there's certain plays he may like different, certain calls, and also dictated by what they do on defense. I mean, by what their style, or they blitzed him a lot early. I mean, there was a lot of blitzes and pressures, and we did a good job, and he was getting the ball out and finding seams, and then they quit doing it and started dropping 8 and doing things. We've been more patient, and he was checking it down, and we got the running game going. And but, very similar, but there's some nuances that are different because of things they like and what he can do a little different.
Stay back behind the lights to the left, Daryl.
Coach, was there something that was an issue with Haynes that caused you to go with Connor, or did you like what you saw at the end of the game last week with
No,
Connor?
I like what I saw, and Haynes was banged up, and we knew it. And he could have been available, but it wasn't right to play him again this week. I feel very comfortable with Connor, like I said before, and he's done it in practice and really getting the reps and jumped in there.
Down front, Travis.
Along the same lines, is Connor now kind of is he the QB1 moving forward from what
Yeah,
he's been able to
we
do?
should be. I look forward to playing next week, and we'll get the other guys healthy and see where they're at. But I'm very comfortable Connor's playing and starting for us.
Anything else? To the left, Sam.
You guys showed a lot of fight. I know you guys have showed a lot of fight lately, but do you have any concern about this team sticking together?
No, I don't. Honestly, I don't about that. I don't mean that in a not saying it just to say it. I mean, you see them in our locker room and you see them together, and they'll take we're going to figure this out. We're going to fight. I don't. We got to help them find one more play, and they got to help us find one more play to get over the hump. I mean, I really the disappointment is there, but I'm going to tell you, it's unless they got me. I mean, we just had those talks, and those kids come up to talk to me all the time. And they're very dedicated to each other and love each other. I really believe that.
It seemed to me that the guys really responded well around Connor, responded to him really well. Could you sense some extra energy? Because obviously it's a young guy making his first start.
Well, yeah,
Could
I
you
think
sense
guys
them
want to do
feeding
well
off
for him and take care of him. Yeah, and he has a very charismatic personality. Guys like him, man, and I say that, and they like to play for him, and he gets the ball to them.
Anything else? All right, Olin.
You didn't ask 2 the first time.
That's it.
The guy was
You
talking
got
about
me. You got me to make a joke, and I lost the game. That made it the first time in the history of ball.
Yeah, continuing on Connor, just from what you saw tonight, what do you think that impact with him in there is going to make for the for the remainder of this
Well,
season?
I hope so. I mean, hope he learns how to prepare and keep playing like he does. And Connor loves ball, and like I said, he's very instinctive. He's a very good player, and hopefully he'll continue to lead us offensively. And I mean, we moved the ball. I don't know what we had.
Total offense, 480.
I mean, I don't even know what he threw for. He threw for
338. Yes, sir.
480 yards, ran it, knew it. I mean, we moved the football and scored points, and I'm very happy with him and what he's doing. And I mean, guys like him, and he's a very good player, and I love coaching him.
Travis, you wrap us up because we've got Albert Regis ready.
Is there any hindsight's 2020 on bringing Connor in earlier in the season, or did he need this amount of time to
Well,
kind
I
of get to
mean,
where
you
he
can
was?
always say that, but at the same time, you got to make sure when you put a guy in there, you can run a true freshman. When you're talking about a true freshman, a guy, he had a little bit of fall, and he had some other guys, and now that does limit reps because you had other quality guys getting quality reps. If you don't have guys, you get them more reps, more guys, and you could have done that. But at the same time, you can run a guy a lot quicker than you can make a guy. You know what I'm saying? When they're freshmen like that, everybody wants to throw them in there, and you see in the NFL when they throw them rookies in there, and there are some teams that aren't doing as well in some things, and but I love him. I knew he's going to be a good player. I've said it all along, and it's not. Hopefully it's the right timing for him to play, and he keeps playing like he's playing. I love him to death.
Thanks, Coach. We'll get Albert in here.
Thank you.
We'll get started with Albert Regis. We'll start front row on the right side.
Albert, what was it about what Ole Miss was doing in the front that allowed them to accrue so many rushing yards?
Honestly, I would just say, as Coach Fisher said earlier, just gap fitting, because there were times when they couldn't run the ball at all, when everyone would fit their gaps. And then there were times when either a D lineman wasn't in their gap, linebacker or safety didn't fit properly. That led to them getting the extra yards, and then also us not wrapping up on first contact, and them getting yards after contact also allowed for them to get so many accumulated rushing yards.
We'll go back behind the lights on the right side to Justin.
Albert, I'm following the ball a lot with the camera, but on some downs and plays, only one linebacker behind you guys. How tough does that make your job up front, knowing you only have one guy in the middle behind you?
Honestly, we view it no differently than if 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like it's all a mentality for a D lineman, because we know what we do isn't sweet, and you know that it's going to be a battle from the first whistle to the very last. So we just focus on our job. And we always say with Coach Elijah and Coach Price, die in your gap. No matter what we have to do, die in your gap. So the linebackers, yes, some people would like to have 2, 3 behind them, but for us, we could have 0 behind us. But we know that it's a mentality, and we're going to die in our gap.
And what do you think of 4 for them, Judkins? What do you think of his back after tonight?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you think of Judkins after his performance tonight? How good of a back is he that you faced tonight?
He has my respect. I mean, playing in the SEC at this level, it's not easy. So that's already a respect right there. And then seeing how he plays, he has my respect. Nothing more, nothing less.
We'll stay behind the lights, go to the left side to Daryl.
Albert, how difficult was it tonight to know that you needed to stop to get off the field and then they would get a first down or they might bust one for 20 yards, that kind of deal?
No different than if it was the beginning of the game and we wanted to get a 3 and out. No, I don't see a difference in it.
We'll go to the left side, second row, to Sam.
Albert, I know you guys have been fighting. It hasn't turned out the way you guys wanted. How do you guys stick together despite, the results not coming?
As Coach Fisher always tells us, love is the reason for the fight. And we all love each other. No matter what we may go through, we're a family. And as a family, you'll hit highs, lows, hills, and valleys. But in the end, when you stand side by side and you know that the reason you're doing what you do is for your why, and you know your brother's why as well, it strengthens our bond. So that's how we all are able to stay together and love each other.
We'll go back behind the lights to the left side to Daryl.
Albert, what do you pull from tonight's ball game that you think will help you next week against Florida?
I say our effort. I really believe our effort is there. And it's been shown countless times throughout these games that our effort is there, but we just need to push it over the edge without holding anything back. And there's times we do, and we still fall short, but our effort and how we, morality-wise, come as a team, we can take that into Florida and fix everything else, and we can win this.
Anything else? All right, thank you, Albert.
Appreciate y'all.
We have Max Wright as our second and final player at the podium tonight. Who would like to get us started with Max? We'll go back behind the lights to Daryl on the left side to start us off.
Max, can you talk about Connor getting the start tonight, maybe how he rallied you guys? You certainly started off, looked a little bit like a different ball club in the first quarter.
Man, Connor came in and did great. I'm super proud of that kid. I think just like you said, he comes in with the poise and with the confidence, that's really infectious. He kind of has that laid-back personality, but whenever he's out there on the field, he has a laid-back kind of confidence, kind of persona to him. It's really infectious. The kid played his heart out. He performed really well, and I'm super proud of him.
We'll go back to Daryl on the left side.
Max, moving forward, how do you look at Connor going into the Florida ball game? I think we kind of found out last night that he was going to be your starter. You guys probably knew all week long, but moving forward into the Florida ball game, knowing he's going to get another set of reps, how much confidence does that give this offense?
A lot. I think that, whoever we put back there at quarterback, I have complete faith in them, and I trust them fully. If it's Haynes or if it's Connor or if it's even Max, I trust all three of those guys and have complete faith that they're going to go out there and do the job that they need to do. Connor stepped in tonight and he did great. And I think that, keeping this rolling in the next week, just see how he performs during the week and just kind of go from there. But I'm super proud of him and really kind of excited to see where this goes.
We'll go back behind the lights on the right side to Justin.
Mac, what do you think of the tempo you guys played with it, especially early on?
I know that was something that we wanted to do. Pick up the tempo a little bit. I think that we caught them off guard a little bit. Early in the game and even into the second half with how fast we were going. That's something that we really emphasized this week was, trying to have a faster pace. Being able to get up on the ball. Run plays whenever they're not ready or they don't have a play call in, which we did do tonight. Fairly well. That's just a testament, to the work that we were putting in this week, and then also a testament to Connor being able to come in, and take things on the fly, and as a young guy, and be able to run the offense that quick.
Just one play short seems like a lot this season. I know frustrating might not be the right word, but you just need one more play a lot of times. How do you guys find that one play?
Man, it's hard. Sorry, it's really frustrating. We've been one play away in quite a few games this season. And I think, whenever we go back and look at the film, we'll find 5 or 6 plays that were there. Just one thing happened or one thing didn't necessarily go the right way. I think that any time that you have games like this, you really got to rally together and bring the guys in close because these are heartbreakers. These are really tough. And I think, if anyone was in the locker room, they would have seen how hard it hit us tonight. This was really frustrating. But, games like this are what make teams grow together. It's us in that locker room, against the world right now. And we know that. But, just making the play that we can, just going out there and with the effort that we can and practicing through the week. We obviously got to eliminate some of the wolves that we have on offense and just kind of go from there.
We'll go to the left side toward the back to Sam.
Max, to follow up a little bit on the tempo, you guys seem pretty effective when you go with the up-tempo attack. What is it that makes that effective for you guys?
I think anytime you can catch a defense while they're still trying to get a play call in, being a former defensive guy, whenever you play against high-tempo teams who do it effectively, it's tough. Because you're having to look to the sideline, get the play call in, then look at the offense and see what they're running. Because, play calls are kind of determined on the alignment of different players on the field. And whenever you can catch defenses trying to figure out what you're doing, and still in that moment of trying to find everything that's going on, you can really catch guys off guard and get guys in wrong gaps. Get 2 people in one gap and have gaps open up. I think that's something that we're definitely looking to do more, and it's something that we did fairly well tonight, and we hope to do more in the future.
Do you guys kind of simplify a little bit when you go in that up tempo? Like maybe not the whole playbook is available, maybe just like these certain calls.
Not necessarily. There's sometimes whenever we're going hurry up or tempo where we're throwing different things at them. I think that's what makes whenever we go tempo. I think that's what makes it so successful because we don't limit our playbook to just a few plays, and I think that's what looking forward. If we can do that effectively, it'll make our offense way more dangerous.
We'll go front row on the left to Zach and then Olin.
Max, for you personally, how has your outlook changed this season? Obviously, I know a disappointing 3-5. So when you're looking at guys like Connor, who are still young and so many young players, kind of building for the future, how does that change how you go about things as a senior?
Man, looking at the future of this program and the guys who are in it right now, just try and give them any advice and any, old soul knowledge that I can. The talent that we have in this program is phenomenal, and there's a lot of young guys who are not just great athletes but also great people. And we're still bringing things together. There's a lot of young guys who are out there playing, but when we put it all together, we're there, man. And I think for me being a senior, looking forward, just try to give any advice, give any knowledge that I can to these young guys about how to carry themselves, how to go about their business. There's a lot of things that change when you come from high school to college ball, obviously. And just trying to be there, even if they just need guys, want someone to talk to. Me and Donovan talk a lot. Love that kid. Me and Connor talk a lot. All those young guys are great dudes. So
We'll wrap it up with Olin in the second row on the left side.
Yeah, Max, you said that, if you could see what was going on in the locker room, you know how much it affects them. Can you give us kind of a look? What was can you kind of give us a description of what that scene was like?
I mean, it was hard. Guys coming in, just with their, honestly, a little upset. Got some tears here and there. Anytime you lose a game like that, where it's kind of within your grasp and you feel like you're about to go take it, it really rips your heart out. We played hard tonight. There's a lot of guys who came in and did a lot of really great stuff for us, that are put in positions in new spots, and they performed. And I think, that locker room was it was tough to be in, just and nothing bad happening in there or anyone getting upset with anybody. It was more just this sucks as a family kind of thing. It's like, looking to the guy to your left and your right, like, man, I do this for you, and I see how much it's hurting you because it's hurting me about the same. It's tough. But, there's a lot of good things that we can take away from each week, and we're getting closer and closer and closer, and we're going to get over the hump. We're going to get over the hump. We'll be all right.